So I wanted to take some time to talk about how truly powerful Python is and why it's so powerful. So a lot of what I see when people learn Python, they'll get a handle on the syntax and the internal functions and the way to use Python. And then they're kind of wondering, like, well, how is this practical? Like, what can I do? Or, they're basically missing modules. And so modules are the way that Python has been extended to be such a great environment to program in. So we're going to be looking at one specific extension or module in Python. We're going to install it and we're going to start using it. So what we're going to do in the next video, we're going to deploy our Python application through Apache. So we're going to be using a Python module called WebPy. And what WebPy does is basically it just allows us to use Python to serve a web page. So what we're going to do first is install the module. So type sudo pip install web.py. Now I've already got it installed. You guys should see a little download progress bar, and it should return with a success message. And once it does, you can start using web.py. So I'm going to actually open up gedit right now. And we're going to start using it. And I'm just going to set up a basic example of this web.py. So let's first crunchbang user bin Python. Now here's how to import modules in Python. You just type import, and we're going to import web. Now we're going to set a variable called URLs. And so we actually have to do something first. Python requires 4-space indentation. And gedit is automatically set up by default to do 8 spaces. So I'm going to change that to 4. Jump out of here. Now here we're going to define routes. So the root is going to reference a class called yClass. That's it. Now we're going to create that class. So class myClass. And in the class, basically what returns the HTML is the method get. So you run def get pass itself. And for right now, let's just return h1 hello world h1. Now at the bottom here, outside of that class, we're actually going to set the application variable equal to web app. So application equals web.application, and we're going to instantiate this here. So the first parameter is URLs. It's going to take our routes up there. Then globals, and that's it actually. And then WSGI func. That's it. So let's save, and I'm going to save this into our HTML directory actually. So var www HTML. I'm going to create a new directory here. I'm going to call it Python. And in here, I'm going to call this file main.py. So if we had multiple classes that we wanted to return multiple routes, basically what I would do is say about second class like that. And I could define my second class here, and I would basically just define the get method the exact same way. Pass itself, and then return an HTML string. And I mean, you could even load up HTML template files from files here, and inject variables into the template's HTML file, and then return that as a string. And that's a more practical application. But we're not going to get that in depth into it. I'm going to save this here. And that's all we need to do. So in the next video, we're going to be installing an Apache module in order to serve this up through Apache, and we'll configure a virtual host for it. So thanks for watching this. I hope you guys like